Everybody, welcome back to the Dog Hood. So we did a Facebook Live this week where we talked about how you deal with your picky eating dogs, but there is something that I did not add in that video that I'd like to talk about in this particular video, and that is what can we feed our dogs? Human food versus kibble, treats, and other things. So that's a good question, and I'm glad it was asked in the live that we did on Facebook. So here is the answer to that question. There's really 4 things that you cannot feed your dog, generally speaking, in human food. One is chocolate. We don't like that because it has caffeine in it. Of course, it can cause some major problems with the dog's heart. The other one is onions. We don't want to put raw onions or cooked onions in your dog's food. That can cause some major issues in your dog's digestive tract. Another one is grapes. Grapes can cause a major problem and actually poison your dog, and raisins are the same way. So those are the 4 things we definitely want to stay away from. Grapes, raisins, chocolate, and onions. But there are a lot of things out there like avocados that are kind of on the fence where people go, oh no, that's awful. There are some minor things you can feed those dogs like avocado. I feed my dogs avocado. I don't feed them an awful lot of it. And of course I take the seed out before I give it to them. But we want to make sure, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, we stay away from anything that has anything sugar-free in it that contains xylitol or synthetic sugars, because those particular things are actually poison to your dog. They truly are. For instance, if your dog got a hold of a pack of sugar-free gum, your dog could actually die from that sugar-free gum. So if somebody cooks with Splenda or xylitol or different chemicals like that that are not actually proper sugar, then you want to make sure that you're not giving it to your dog, because that can cause a major, major issue. I just watched a dog this week that actually got a hold of a lemon cake that was left out by one of my clients and consumed it, and unfortunately the dog did not make it through that incident. But because they were cooking for a diabetic, they got the cake, put xylitol in it instead of regular sugar, and unfortunately the dog ate a very large piece of that particular cake, and the dog passed away after a battle of trying to get it through its system. And I cannot warn you enough, just be sure that you're staying away from sugar-free items. But we can feed them just about everything else. Raw meats, raw vegetables, raw fruits as well. Your dogs are going to be kind of like humans are in a sense. Some of them will like one thing but not like another. So it would be my suggestion to go ahead and try different items with your dog. For instance, I have a dog out here that really loves mandarin oranges. When she sees me peel an orange, she goes crazy. My other dogs sniff it and they're like, ugh, yuck, I don't want any part of that. But she loves the mandarin oranges. So you have to kind of listen to your dog and find out what your dog likes. Some of them like carrots, some of them like broccoli, some of them won't touch broccoli. I have a client whose dog absolutely adores asparagus. I said, does it make her urine smell bad? And the client said, no, it doesn't, which I thought was kind of interesting because it makes human urine smell awful. But you just have to find out what your dog likes and start giving those to them as commodity treats or high currency treats, and get them to actually like the more human grade meat foods and non-processed foods if you possibly can. And it is a learning process. You just have to start off easy, give one thing at a time, see how the dog digests it. Sometimes you'll see a little bowel discrepancy when you add new things to your dog's diet. And it's okay. After a day or 2, that should settle itself down. It doesn't mean the dog's sick. It doesn't mean the dog needs to go to the vet. It just means that its gut is trying to learn how to assimilate whatever it is that you fed the dog. Now, there are things like pineapple. There are things like pumpkin that you can feed your dog if your dog has a bad habit of eating poop. Ugh. What dog likes to eat poop? Some of them do, believe it or not. But pineapple and pumpkin can actually deter the dog from eating feces of another animal as well. So there's so many things out there that we can give our dog that's actually good for them, which is actually a wonderful process to start them in a more healthy, more adjusted dietary way. And I cannot suggest enough, just get out there and figure out what your dog likes. It is best not to ever feed your dog from the table, though. We don't want to teach our dogs to beg. And so if you're going to give them human food, just make sure that you give it to them away from the table in a separate bowl, so the dog doesn't learn how to beg and learn how to be obnoxious while you're trying to have dinner or have guests over at your house. But try it. Get out there and experience, learn what your dog likes, what it dislikes, and just start feeding your dog healthy, because I guarantee you, if you feed your dog more natural products, then your dog will be healthier and live a longer, healthier life. So thank you so kindly for coming to the Dog Hood to get information. Please be sure and share these videos around to all your friends. Give us a like on Facebook as well. And thank you so much. And we'll see you again for the next episode of the Dog Guru.